What if the future of performance didn't roar, but still outran almost everything on the road? Meet the Audi e-tron GT, a machine that proves silence can be just as violent as sound. This isn't your typical EV built for efficiency first. This is Audi stepping straight into the performance arena, bringing electric power to a fight traditionally dominated by screaming V8s and turbocharged monsters. And it comes loaded. Underneath that sculpted, aggressive body sits a dual-motor setup, one at the front, one at the rear, delivering Quattro all-wheel drive in its most futuristic form. In the standard version, you're looking at around 522 horsepower, but hit boost mode, and it jumps to 562 horsepower. Step up to the RS variant, and now you're playing with up to 637 horsepower. That's not just fast, that's supercar territory. 0 to 60? Around 3.1 seconds in the RS. Top speed? Electronically limited, but still pushing well over 150 miles per hour. And the craziest part? There's no buildup, no turbo lag, no gear hunting. Just instant torque, available the moment your foot hits the pedal. It doesn't accelerate, it launches. Hard. But what really separates the e-tron GT from the rest of the EV crowd is its engineering DNA. This car shares its platform with the Porsche Taycan, meaning it's built for serious performance, not just straight-line speed. You even get a 2-speed transmission on the rear axle. That's right, an EV with gears. First gear delivers brutal acceleration off the line, while second gear kicks in at higher speeds for efficiency and sustained power. It's a small detail, but it makes a massive difference in how this car feels at speed. Now let's talk about handling. We're dealing with a car that weighs over 2.2 tons. That's heavy. But thanks to its low-mounted 93 kilowatt-hour battery pack, the center of gravity sits incredibly low, lower than many sports cars. Add adaptive air suspension, rear-wheel steering in some trims, and near-perfect weight distribution, and suddenly this heavy EV starts behaving like something much lighter. It corners flat, stays planted, and delivers that signature Audi confidence through every turn. And of course, Quattro grip means you can put all that power down without drama. But performance is only half the story. The design of the e-tron GT is where Audi flexes hard: wide stance, long wheelbase, sharp LED lighting. A front fascia that doesn't even need a traditional grille, yet still looks aggressive. It's futuristic, but not overdone. Clean, muscular, and unmistakably Audi. Inside, it's all about driver focus, minimal clutter, premium materials, a cockpit that wraps around you. You get digital displays, but they're not overwhelming. Physical controls still exist where they matter. It's modern, without losing that mechanical connection drivers love. Range, around 480 kilometers on a full charge, depending on driving style. Charging, up to 270 kilowatts fast charging, meaning you can go from 5% to 80% in just over 20 minutes if you find the right charger. That's daily usability mixed with high performance. But here's where things get controversial: sound. Because for decades, performance cars have been defined by noise. The growl, the crackles, the raw mechanical emotion. The e-tron GT replaces all of that with a synthetic, futuristic sound profile. Some say it lacks soul, others say it's the beginning of a new kind of emotion. And honestly, it depends on what you're chasing. Tuners are already stepping into this new world. Instead of swapping turbos or exhaust systems, they're unlocking performance through software. More aggressive throttle mapping, higher power outputs, smarter energy delivery. The game has changed. And this is exactly what Motor Axis is all about. Exploring how performance evolves, how legends are redefined, and how machines like this are rewriting the rules. Because the Audi e-tron GT isn't trying to replace petrol cars. It's building something different, something faster, smarter, and maybe inevitable. So the real question is, when electric cars start feeling like this, are we witnessing the end of an era or the start of something even bigger?